Manchester United 0-1 Aston Villa. Player ratings as Kourtney Hause stuns Red Devils with late winner. A late Kourtney Hause header gave Aston Villa a 1-0 victory away at Manchester United on Saturday afternoon, with Bruno Fernandes also skying a penalty at the death. The hosts dominated the ball in a lively first half, but, despite Mason Greenwood and Paul Pogba going close, it was Dean Smith's side that went nearest to breaking the deadlock. Both Matt Targett and Ezri Konsa should have put Villa in front, although Aaron Wan-Bissaka's presence was the off-putting factor on both occasions. Each set of players retained their positive mindset after the half-time interval, with the goalkeepers at either end seeing action. In the end, however, it was a late Kourtney Hause header from Douglas Luiz's corner that finally opened the scoring. That 89th-minute strike wasn't the final drama of the game, though. Hause, just a couple of minutes after putting his side ahead, was left crushed after giving away a penalty for handball. Bruno Fernandes was the man to step up, but shockingly skied his spot kick over the bar. Villa were finally allowed to breathe a sigh of relief and burst into ecstatic celebration as the final whistle blew, giving them a hard-earned 1-0 win at Old Trafford. Now, let's see how the players rated. David De Gea, GK, 6/10, looks as though he's playing with an extra spring in his step at the moment, but had no chance of keeping out the late goal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, RB, 7/10, wasn't all that involved in forward areas, but made a couple of crucial goal-saving interventions, notably putting off both Targett and Konsa. Raphael Varane, CB, 7/10, another compassed outing, remaining firm to make 4 ball recoveries, while also looking typically silky in possession. Harry Maguire, CB, 7/10, alert and resilient when his penalty box was under threat, positioning himself perfectly to clear the ball 6 times throughout. Taken off with an injury in the second half. Luke Shaw, LB, 5/10, was struggling to contain Matty Cash defensively and was underwhelming offensively before being forced off through injury just after the half-hour mark. Fred, CM, 6/10, unsurprisingly didn't wow on the ball but was fairly neat and tidy to keep things moving. Did some good work to screen the back four, as well, making 4 tackles to help break down a dynamic Villa midfield. Scott McTominay, CM, 5/10, got through a lot of running, but was bizarrely anonymous throughout, failing to get on the ball and inject the dynamism he's capable of. Bruno Fernandes, M, 5/10, floated around and found space with ease. Ran the show for large parts with clever interplay and some delicious deliveries into the box, eventually making a ridiculous 10 key passes. His score plummeted with the missed penalty in stoppage time. So often a hero, but for once let his side down. Mason Greenwood, RW, 7/10, looked sharp and dangerous with his movement, proving his side's most threatening prospect. Brimming with confidence, although couldn't quite find the finish and was a little too selfish in the box. Cristiano Ronaldo, Saint, 5/10, showed some nice touches on the ball to link up play and excite the Old Trafford faithful, but, in truth, was quite absent and wasn't really ever in the game. Paul Pogba, LW, 6/10, picked up some good areas of space as he drifted infield and had much more influence after the interval, increasing the intensity in his play to find dangerous passes and provide a goal threat. Diogo Dalot, LB, 6/10, was more of a presence in the final third than Shaw, although never made it count. Did well to quieten down Villa's right-hand side, however, making 4 interventions. Victor Lindelof, CB, 6/10 Edinson Cavani, Saint, 6/10 Simi Martinez, GK, 7/10, forced into a couple of saves from the rare United effort that was actually on target in the first half and will likely claim that his trash talk forced Fernandes's skied penalty. Ezri Konsa, CB, 7/10, struggled a little with United's movement and running up top, but his bravery and commitment were faultless when called upon, putting in a few flying blocks in his penalty area. Should have found the net in the first half, but headed over from a corner. Kourtney Hause, CB, 7/10, a few minutes he'll never forget. Scored a brilliant goal to open the scoring late on and was then adjudged to have handled the ball to give away the penalty. A rollercoaster that finished with him as the match winner. Tyrone Mings, CB, 7/10, positive on the ball, often getting his head up to find Villa's marauding wing-backs and had a solid defensive game, making 12 interventions. Matty Cash, RWB, 7/10, an absolute menace up and down the right. Dealt with defensive duties well enough and was frightening when making runs in behind. Should have left the field with an assist, although his brilliant work was wasted by some poor finishing. Jacob Ramsey, CM, 6/10, had some lovely moments, showing some class with his ball distribution, although they came a little too sporadically in the end. Disciplined defensively, keeping Villa's tight shape in the middle. Douglas Luiz, cm. 7/10, an impressive showing, again. Drove upfield at times, making 3 key passes, including the assist for Hause's header, while also reading the game well to make 3 interceptions. John McGinn, cm. 7/10, characteristically tenacious as he raced around the pitch, snapping at heels and putting himself about. Often stifled United's build-up play, while also finding a few delicious balls through the lines himself. Matt Targett, LWB, 6/10, always keen to dart forward to put pressure on his opposite number, but, despite proving a threat, wasted a glorious chance early on. Danny Ings, Saint, 6/10, great energy levels, working tirelessly to disrupt the opposition's attacking flow all over the field. Couldn't really get a look in front of goal, but linked up with Ollie Watkins nicely at times. Ollie Watkins, Saint, 5/10, pressed hard and made himself a nuisance to the United backline, but was too wasteful with his finishing. Emi Buendia, Am, 6/10. Cameron Archer, Saint, NA.